Cold Brew and the Crew with your hosts, Logan Taylor,
Travis Marley, Brett Whitaker, and our special guest for episode 4, Jennifer Garland. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's life treating you?
Oh, it's treating. Wish I could have a brew, but can't.
And so let's step into that. What makes it to where you can't have a cold, nice brew?
Okay, so as we're going to discuss, since I am a competitive bodybuilder, my life is very structured as far as like my schedule, as far as eating, drinking, anything. And so everything I put into my body, I have to count my macros toward. And alcohol is just, it is 9 grams of calories, or 9 calories per 1 gram of alcohol. So as you can tell, that just kind of adds up, and it's not easily metabolized by the system. So I'll stick with my tea for the remainder of this.
You're making us look bad.
No, it's cool. I wish I was on your side.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Travis?
I gave that up years ago. I took the barbecue route. How we don't count macros, we count the types of barbecue used, flavor of beer, and brisket or pork.
Didn't you do like the caveman diet at one point?
Yes, I did the paleo diet for 27 days last year. So no alcohol, no sugar, no carbs, and it was just like pretty much anything you could catch or grow. And I lost like 17 pounds in 27 days or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it was weird. I thought the hardest thing to give up would be beer, and it was actually sweets. Mm-hmm. Like after a couple of weeks, I was having withdrawals from not having brownies and shit.
I don't really even eat so I'm actually currently in prep right now, but I
don't eat.
I don't eat sweets.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm not in prep, really, like I will, but I don't like crave them like intensely. But it's to the point where I want anything and everything sweet right now, like just some trash sweet, like a zebra cake in the aisle of the grocery store. Like I just want that so bad, but like for no reason. Like I would never want that except for like right now. It's just because you're deprived for so long that you'll literally just like take anything kind of.
Yeah, I've been there, done that plenty of times throughout the career of wrestling all those years. So I know your pain.
But it's cool because you kind of appreciate food a lot more when you're not in season. So like, I don't judge people for anything that they do, but anytime I want like a burger, like I'm not just going to go through the McDonald's drive-thru and get a freaking burger. Like I appreciate food much more to spend my time eating something that's going to taste way better. So I don't know. That's why I don't eat that's why I won't eat that zebra cake. I'd rather go eat like a decadent piece of cake from a restaurant or something. It just makes you look at it differently.
Now, Brett knows a little bit something about bodybuilding. He did it for what, like 2 years, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, I got in it right out of high school, so 19 to like 23 years old, I was bodybuilding. And I only did it really hardcore where I was like no alcohol, strict everything for about, 3 months. And that's really the biggest I ever got. So I can understand why people go balls to the wall, no alcohol, watch everything, plenty of protein, carbohydrates, no fats, no sugars. Like, I get it. But, yeah, I gave all that up. I'm huge.
What division did you compete in?
Oh, I didn't compete. Just for myself.
You were just doing it for yourself. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's awesome.
He got freaking big. I remember his arms were getting so big they were getting stretch marks. I was like, I've never seen someone get stretch marks just from lifting.
So in the competitions, what competitions have you done, and what have you placed at them? So what what is your favorite one so far?
Okay, yeah. So just to kind of describe how competitions go, first off, like you start at a certain amount of weeks out and you prep for that many times. So prep is to look stage lean. Essentially, you have to eat less calories by the end of the day than what you have been burning throughout the day. That puts you in a caloric deficit, which helps burn body fat, which helps you get to stage lean. So you do that slowly over time, which is I usually started about 16 weeks away from the show. So I'll start 16 weeks out, and slowly each time we kind of we might increase some cardio, decrease some calories, just kind of see where my body's at. So for this next 16 weeks, I'm just dieting hardcore in the gym twice a day, going for it. I've done 3 shows so far. My first show was the Dexter Jackson Classic in Memphis, and I placed 4th place. And then 3 weeks later, I competed in the Missouri State Championships in Springfield, Missouri. So that was summer of 2017. And I placed 5th, I think. But there's multiple people that can come to these shows, and everything's based off of height. So I might be in class B because I'm exactly 5'4". So sometimes they'll divide it up between 5'2" and under, 5'2" and a quarter to 5'4", and you do it by height classes. And so just depending on the show, like my first show I had 9 girls in, and then Missouri State I had 17 girls in. So you just never know how many people are going to show up that day for the show. So I ended up taking 5th at Missouri, and then I took a season off until about December, and I started prep last January and competed in the Indiana State Championships, or the Midwest Championships, which was in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I think I placed 6th in that one. That was a really tough show. Girls were just they had ab veins and stuff, and I just didn't. So I just didn't place that well. But my prep didn't go very well. Sometimes it just doesn't go well. As in, my body doesn't want to, lose fat as quickly, or my body just wasn't really responding, I guess, essentially. And so then I took a longer off season because I felt like my metabolism wasn't very up to date and speedy. And so I took some time to kind of recover with that. And it wasn't anything bad. It just wasn't working how I needed to work in prep. And so I just started January 1st, and my next show will be the Kentucky Muscle Derby show, which is April 27th. So this will only be my 4th
for
one.
that competition. What are your workout routines like?
So my coach just gives me workouts. I obviously don't do this by myself. I hired a coach, and she tells me everything to do. I send her check-in photos every 2 weeks, sometimes every week. She looks at me. I send her my weight. I send her all my poses, because when you go up on stage, you have 3 or 4 different poses you do, and you have a routine. So I send her that, and she tells me how I'm looking. She then adjusts from there, and she either says, you need to continue what you're doing, or maybe we're going to add some more cardio, or we'll drop your protein a little bit, or maybe I'm looking good and she'll give me a refeed just to see how my body reacts to a different caloric intake for a day, which usually helps. But right now, this is the first prep. I've actually only done weights 5 days a week, cardio 6 days a week, and rest day from weights twice a week, but then 1 full rest day. So it's really just I do 3 leg days, which sounds kind of intense, but it's more like at this point, I've put on all the muscle that I can. I'm in a caloric deficit, therefore I cannot really gain muscle. So my workouts are kind of just designed to get my blood flowing, get blood to those muscles, work those muscles, and burn calories, so that by the end of the day, I'm in that deficit. So right now, my workouts are my workouts. I would do these same workouts in off season, I guess. It really just depends. It's a lot of leg and glute workouts, because for my bikini division, it is a lot of symmetry in your glutes and your glute tie-in, how it feeds into your hamstring. And then a lot of hardcore shoulder work too, because they just want calf shoulders. So
So when you say you're in that bikini poses and everything, do you ever get like nervous while you're up there or shy? Because I mean, you're letting a lot of stuff hang out there.
Not really. I mean, my very first show I was nervous, but I never really thought like I feel naked. Like that's not, I never really felt like that. I don't know. As women, we wear bikinis all the time. You know, I mean, the bottoms are a little bit more showy than normal because they do come up on your cheek like a thong almost, rather than like just regular bikini bottom. But I mean, no, not really. Plus, you're around every other single girl that is in the bikini as well. So the only time I don't really ever get nervous, but when you get there, you see everybody else and you just kind of start comparing yourself to everybody else. And you're like, oh, you know, what's the judge going to think about her versus me or whatever. But my first show, I was definitely nervous. Not by the way I was looking or anything, but it was just like you're on stage, you're presenting yourself. I didn't know how fast I was going to go. It was my first time. After that, I've continued really well. I've grown really well. And I get really good compliments on all of my posing routine and my confidence and my sass. So
How did you get into that, Jennifer?
Honestly, okay, so I did competitive gymnastics for 9 years, and then I did cheerleading at SIUE. So I was a D1 cheerleader for 4. And after that, I moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and I attended the University of Memphis for a PhD program in school psychology. And I was kind of like, since I was out of the sports world, I kind of just started working out, kind of reading up on nutrition and, how it's supposed to work. And I started just kind of following my own thing, taking advice from people as I could. And I just wasn't really seeing the results I wanted to see just in general. So I started looking around the area for somebody who could hold me accountable and just kind of teach me along the way. And I found my coach, who I'm currently with right now, and kind of just started off with nutrition and workouts and making sure I was eating enough and eating the right foods and everything like that. And then from there, I just saw a bunch of people competing and I really liked the challenge. So I decided to go for it one time since I knew I had the drive for it. I had the mentality, I had the determination just with my past with like gymnastics and stuff. And from there, I just liked it. So I wanted to keep on doing it. The hardest part's the food, though. Like, that's the hardest part. It's not hard going to the gym twice a day, honestly. I'm used to that with cheerleading. Like, we'd have 6 a.m. workouts and then a 3-hour practice. It's not that. It's the food. Like, you have to eat almost the same stuff every day. You have to measure it out. Like, it has to be clean. Oh, I miss crunchy stuff. Like, I just want, like, chips.
Yeah. Man, that sounds almost terrible. It sounds like you're in a wrestling season for about 6 months.
Lettuce is a little.
What'd you say?
I said lettuce is a little crunchy.
The lettuce, it's just not the same. Like, or like raw broccoli, like it's just not the same. But the cool thing is I now feel like when I eat like crap, I definitely feel like crap. And when I eat really good, I feel really good. Like, I literally feel like my inside is just pure. Like, that sounds really weird, but I honestly just enjoy it because it makes me feel good,
Yeah. What are the best supplements you're taking to help with those cravings, and then you also like to help with all your results and your workouts?
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't really take a lot of supplements. I drink a protein shake after my workouts, but my protein's pretty high, so it's kind of just for muscle recovery and then just another source of protein, so I'm not eating even more chicken than I already do. As far as any supplements to make me not feel hungry, I don't take any to suppress my appetite because I want my metabolism to kind of keep going. I just drink a lot of tea and coffee, honestly, in between. I just had to go buy decaf the other day because I'd be like up at night shaking because I'd have coffee just to like not feel hungry. And it was regular, so I'd be caffeinated at like 9 p.m. So not good. But other supplements, I mean, I do take fish oils. I take 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. I honestly can't tell you what they truly help with. I know it helps with muscles and joints, and it's a good source of fat as well. But I notice I just don't feel good when I don't take them. They also make my hair grow a lot. I don't know what it is. I do take a I take digestive enzymes to just kind of help all my food digest better because I am eating a lot of fiber. So it just kind of helps everything go through better. And then I take a probiotic. So it just helps with all the good bacteria in your gut. I take a multivitamin and some like vitamin C and zinc, I believe, because I'm not eating other types of food. I do need to get some of those micronutrients through supplementation. A lot of people have to take vitamin D as well because they're not getting vitamin D since they're not drinking much milk or they're not eating a lot of dairy or things that have vitamin D in it, which I'm not either, but my vitamin D is fine, so I don't have to take it. As far as on the internal health side, some other things that I have taken, I mean, there's like some fat burners you can take, but it's more like, it's almost like a pre-workout instead. Like it gives you energy and makes you sweat. So therefore it kind of like makes your body work harder while you're working it, which essentially makes you burn more fat. So that's why they're called fat burners. I will take those sometimes. I'm not currently taking one, but I have some good brands if anybody's interested. And then I also take L-carnitine, which is essentially, it's something to do with shuttling fat more efficiently out of somewhere, but it makes you sweat insanely. So I feel like I get a really good workout when I take it. But
so basically, you're like an old person. You have that Sunday through Saturday pill popper thing. You just pop it in every day,
and I refill it every Sunday.
Logan was also telling us that you've been dabbling in the steroids.
I'm on so many steroids, my voice is going to drop by the end of this freaking podcast.
Yeah. So with that being said, your schedule has to be crazy, and I know you work. I know what job you work at, so I mean, tell us about a day in Jennifer Garland.
Well, let's see. So I am a student studying nursing. Mm-hmm. And I have 2 jobs. So I work at one job Tuesday through Thursday, and the other job is just in the restaurant and bar industry as well, which is Friday and Saturday. And then school and workouts. So like Mondays and Wednesdays is school. Well, actually, let's just put it this way. I usually try to wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. and then I go and do 45 minutes of fasted cardio. So that's doing cardio without eating or drinking anything other than like water. You can do coffee too. Like I'll drink coffee sometimes before I go if I really need to like wake up. And then I come home and I eat breakfast. And since most of my stuff, like I don't go into my job Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until 3 or 4 p.m. So I pretty much wake up, do cardio, go back home, eat breakfast, go back to the gym, do weights, come home, get ready for work, go to work. And on days I have class, which are from 10 to 1, Mondays and Wednesdays, I wake up, do cardio, eat breakfast, go to class, then I go lift, and then I go to work or come back home. It's really not that hard. Fridays and Saturdays, I don't usually go. So I do work in a bar Fridays and Saturdays, and I don't usually go in until maybe 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. So my day's pretty good. Like I can still wake up. I still do the same thing just because I like to keep my structure. I still wake up, cardio, breakfast, go back to the gym. And then the hardest part with work, really, since I do work in a fast-paced environment, is just getting my food in. I remember this past Saturday, I didn't eat for 6.5 hours, which I normally eat every 2.5 or 3. And it was 2 a.m. and I was off, but I still had 2 meals to eat because I skipped one basically. So I just ate both of them at the same time and had to go to bed, which you have to do. But at the end of the day, it's actually like your body goes kind of on a weekly cycle, which is why you try to do the same thing every day. So as long as I hit the same amount of calories for the whole week, get my cardio in for the whole week, my body kind of finds its vibe and just works off that. So it's crazy, but I feel like I have a lot more to do when I'm in prep because it's a lot, but you just find your structure and you go with it, however you work best. I had just found that.
At a bar, like seeing people eat not fast food, but like pizzas and nachos and beer, like does it ever get tempting? Like 6 hours out eating, like I definitely would have gave into a plate of nachos at that point.
So, I mean, it was my first show. Well, lie. It was harder for so I did 2 shows back to back, and then I did another one. So technically my third show, but my second prep was the hardest because like my first show, I was so determined. I was like, I'm doing this. Like I've never done this before. I have to put my all into it. I have to be so specific. So I didn't do it like my first time. And then my second time, I don't know what I was. I just wasn't super into it, but I started it. So I had to finish it. And so I messed it up a lot. But as far as like the sport itself and the lifestyle that you have to take on with it, I mean, it really suppresses some of your relationships. Like, no, I can't just go out to eat with you when you ask me. You know, I can't just go do all this stuff with you. I can go grab a coffee with whoever, whenever. But no, I can't go out to eat on Tuesday night or go brunch on Sunday. So it puts a damper on some relationships. But as far as like, if it's difficult, it's hard. Like I want it, but I just have to know myself. Like some people can just take like 2 Sour Patch Kids and eat them and track it and they're fine. Like I do macro counting. So yeah, my coach would like me to have, you know, whole foods. But if I had like a piece of licorice or something and I tracked it and I still met my carbs and sugars for the day, you know, she wouldn't know. But like, I'm the type of person who, if I have one bite, I gotta keep going. Like I can't. So I've just learned that about myself. So I just don't take a bite. Like I just don't try it. And it just makes it all that much better. Like I could have some things for my cheat meals that I currently get, but I don't because I know if I got pizza right now, I'd eat the whole pizza. Yeah. So then I'd feel like crap and it would boil over. I couldn't just have like two pieces. Couldn't do it because I just keep eating and eating and eating. So it's hard, but I also just try to eat my own food before I go or bring it with me so that I'm also eating or that I'm full before I get there and everyone else is eating. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what's your goals at the end of this? What's your all-time goal?
Well, it's hard. Like, you know, my body is not really at a body fat percentage to get on like a national stage to win my pro card yet. But that's why you prep. You got to see how far you can go. But like, I think ultimately I want to win my pro card. It's just going to be difficult because like this is going to be my only show this year because I start nursing school full time in the fall and it's the accelerated program. So it's like 40 hours a week, clinicals, and I still have to have a job, things like that. So anything prep related, like I'll still be doing workouts and like staying on track of my nutrition and stuff when I'm in nursing school. But like, you know, you just can't make that big commitment. I can't go to the gym twice a day when I'm in nursing school and still study and still sleep, which is also very important. So this will probably be my only show. And I just really want to do it to get some more experience and then like get my name out there too, just to see like, so they can see who I am, see that I'm working hard and I really want to do something like this. And then I don't know. I really want to win my pro card. I don't know if I want to compete as a pro. I don't really want to be like Miss Olympia or anything. I just think it's fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you're in nursing school, and so it's got a full plate.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I'm definitely going to be, I have a quiz tomorrow, so I'll be doing some homework all night after this. But I kind of know what I'm doing, so it's okay.
Yeah. So lastly, what I got for you is a different topic than what we've been talking about. So what is your favorite memory from SIUE college?
With you?
Or anything. You don't have to be with me, just anything.
Yeah, I honestly don't have one favorite memory.
Give us a couple.
But I was actually literally thinking of a memory, and I don't know if Travis was there, honestly. He might have been. But no, maybe he wasn't. Okay, I remember that one time we played that stupid game where you lit the bottom of a beer can with a lighter.
Uh-huh.
And then everybody's sitting in a circle, and then you wipe wipe your thumb on the bottom, and you're supposed to, it's like telephone, but with movements. So if I went like this, you had to do it to the person next to you. And it was like, I don't know how I didn't catch on. That's like the easiest game ever. And then I smelled burning, and it was because I'm sitting next to the person with the beer can that they lit with the soot on the bottom. and they wiped it all over my face, and only me, and I was the butt of the joke. I hated all of you for like a week.
That's funny because Travis knows something about that too.
Were you the butt of the joke, Travis?
Yeah, he got me with that same one.
Oh, man.
Probably.
I was dating one of his friends at the time too. Didn't talk to him because he knew what was up. I was livid. And then I think I went to bed and I didn't talk to any of them for a while.
Now, I was there for when me and Lucas came over and we were playing that racing game with the cards. And
Horse racing.
Huh?
Horse racing.
Yeah, horse racing.
Oh,
Everyone's at the table placing the bets, and you like, everyone's like betting like drinks and stuff. Like you pour it in like a big pitcher, and you like pour like all kinds of alcohol. I'm like, man, this girl's like playing hardcore. And then like she didn't even play. She just poured it, and then Lucas ended up losing, had to drink that whole pitcher.
Pitcher of not just beer, but all this hard liquor, wine, whatever we found was all in accumulated in one.
Yeah, I don't think he talked the rest of the night after that.
That is funny. That sucks. I'm sorry. Not really.
Yeah. Man, that was pretty funny night. I must admit. Sorry that you got mad over it, but it was awesome.
Okay, it's like so funny now they think about it because it's like how did I not realize that? But it's like, man,
it's a good joke.
I hate being the butt of the joke.
Have you done it to somebody?
No, I've wanted to though. I have like I have 6 brothers, so it's like I was always the butt of the joke, and it was just like PTSD. So I'm just kidding. Oh, that is funny though. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, Jennifer, I think on behalf of the Cold Brew and the crew, we appreciate you coming on with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So I figured, good luck. And so what's up, boys? What do you think about the Manning signing?
$300 million, 10 years. He now has the biggest contract in free agency history for any sport. And I think it's a pretty cool accomplishment.
Yeah, by far. 10 years, $300 million, $30 million a year. Don't really like the team he's on, though. I don't know how well the Padres are going to be for the next 10 years, but I mean, I guess he was chasing money more than he was rings. Can't blame the guy.
Gotcha.
Look at their team. They got Hosmer. They got Ian.
How many wins did they get last year?
Hunter and Fro. Huh?
How many wins did they have last year?
66 and 96.
66, 96.
Yep, and they were last in their division.
See, I think they're going to be going after Harper too.
I think Harper's chasing rings. He's not chasing money.
You don't go $300 million for a guy and not have any. Like, they're not going to be. Trust me, the Padres didn't just drop $300 million to be an average team. They're probably going to continue to get weapons. And
the Marlins did in 2014 with Stanton.
Yeah, but how much, Logan? Look at how much money they spent on Hosmer last year. I think it was like $120 million, right?
He signed a 8-year, $144 million deal.
Yeah, 140. So they just put $144 million in their first baseman last year, $300 million into the shortstop this year, and they have 2 out of the 3 outfielders are studs. A pretty good second baseman. I think right now they need to work on pitching. Their pitching's pretty bad still, but I think they're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
I wish the Pirates had spent $300 million or $140 million on somebody.
Their pitching's all right, though. I think that will be the best thing for the Pirates this year. They might need help on the offensive side, but I think their pitching will be better.
Oh, yeah.
Padres?
No, Pirates.
Oh, the Pirates, yeah. The pitching for the Pirates might win us the NL Central.
Us. God.
From top to bottom, you got the rotation in Pittsburgh and the bullpen, middle and back end. They're going to pitching wise, they're set.
Yeah.
Now it's just can that offense produce? You got a batting coach. Hopefully that guy helped
Yeah.
We need Bell to have a 30-homer season.
Yeah. Bell and Moran needs to step up, or King. And Brian Hayes, I think his name is. He's one of our top prospects. They say he's our next third baseman. They think he's gonna get called up later in the year.
Yeah.
They said Gonzalez may not get that shortstop spot.
Dude, I was watching BP today, and of course, the camera angle they show, you can't really see where the ball's going, but you watch Kevin Newman hit, and that ball is just, it's coming off the bat hot. And then you watch Eric Gonzalez, and there's just not much power going behind it, and it looks like it's not very good hits, not good connection.
Right.
So, yeah, I think Newman, hell, the dude batted .305 in the minors last year. I know he struggled when he got to the majors, but, he lost 15 pounds and just wasn't himself coming up. His first year getting called up in the big leagues, so he's nervous. And so I think now that he's got I think he played 30 games or so under his belt in the majors last year. I think this year in spring training, I think he's going to have good spring training. I'll be shocked if Gonzalez wins it outright. I think they're either going to split time evenly or Newman's going to beat him out.
What do you guys think on that heavyweight fight this past weekend?
Dude, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Stayed up all night to watch a 26-second fight.
Hey, that's what happens in the UFC. You stay up that late, and especially at heavyweight. Any one punch will knock somebody out with all the force they're putting behind it. What sucks is that I know Cain Velasquez. He was an Arizona State wrestler, and he's been hurt like 3 or 4 times, and he was dominant. I remember when he knocked out Brock Lesnar for the heavyweight belt back in early, I think 2011, 2013. And just the way that he's worked his way back to being able to compete again, and for his knee to buckle. As you can see, you can look at it, and then, yeah, he got hit and got dazed, but he dropped because his knee buckled down. You just see all that weight went down off that knee, and you can just tell when he got done, he was like, oh, my knee, and just grabbing it and stuff. It kind of sucks because I know how hard he worked to get back to that position for something like that to happen. So it might be time for him to hang it up, to be honest with you. He's been hurt 3 or 4 times before this. So
he was out for 2.5 years before that last fight.
Yeah, he fought 1 year, he got injured, and then he fought a year and a half after that, got injured, and then now he was out. He's been out for 2 years, and now he got injured again.
How old is he?
He's getting older.
Let me check real quick. But I tell you what, that Ngannou dude, holy cow!
Ngannou should be the heavyweight champ anytime now.
Yeah, but he got exposed by Stipe Miocic because he didn't have any wrestling in him, and all that guy did was take him down and wear him out. If he wore all that big muscle guy down and fought him and won the fight, all he did was take him down. Ngannou had no takedown defense. So unless he did defend Cain Velasquez with that first takedown, so maybe he's improved on it, but you never know.
All I know is I'm glad that UFC Fight Nights are on ESPN now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on ESPN now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they struck a deal with them this year. And so they're not on Fox anymore. They're on pay-per-view. You have to watch the prelims on ESPN Plus, which is $4 or $5 a month. But anytime they have a fight night, which they had this past weekend, you can watch it, all the fights on ESPN Live, the ESPN channel, for free.
You find out his age?
36 years old.
Oh, so, yeah. Definitely time for him to hang it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Right when you get, it's right around that 35 to 40 range is when you start getting to where if you're not in it and you start getting hit and knocked out or having injuries like that, it's time to hang up, especially for your health reasons. So.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though. Even if his knee didn't buckle, I think he was about to lose the match.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Nagano hits like a truck. So if you get, he's actually they have him on record for the most power behind a punch. So I wouldn't want to take a shot from him. Maybe for a couple $1 million, I'll take a shot all day. Hit me right in the face.
Oh yeah, I'd get in the ring with Brock Lesnar for a couple $1 million.
All right, well, boys, I think this does it for the episode 4 of Cold Brew and the Crew. So this is your host, Logan Taylor, Travis Marley, and Brett Whitaker.
Have a good week, boys.